Welcome to Food All You Never Wanted to Know. And I'm here in the hoop house and we're getting some things. I'm going to make a real jazzed up eggs. Okay, so I'm going to start with this rosemary. I'm just going to clip a few. I think that's probably going to be enough for what we're doing. And come over here. Even though I have some of the parsley in the house, I would like to use some of this while it's still good. Plus the the parsley that's in the house, I would prefer to let grow a little bit and get used to a pot. So that's all for that. And then we're going to come over here. These are sage plants that I believe I had on the deck or outside in the pots, and I don't know about sage with eggs. We're gonna try just a few little leaves. And I really don't need the scissors to do that, but that's what I... Anyway, here's some apple mint. It smells wonderful, but I don't think I want mint in my eggs, so we're ignoring that. And here's some oregano. And this oregano was outside. It got a little bit beaten up by the cold. I've been clipping a few of the leaves, but there's also one over here which looks beautiful, so I think I'm going to clip from there today. And this is beautiful oregano, just beautiful. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that in the eggs, and now we're going to go up to the garden and we'll see. There's one thing up there I'm going to get. So we're here in the main garden, and there's our potato storage again. It's still there. Anyway, over here we have two really beautiful English thyme plants, and they have survived through the spring, through the summer, into the fall, and it's mid-December now. So it has gotten a little bit purple, as you can see. Oh, the aroma. The smell is beautiful. The smell is just beautiful. So I'm going to clip a few of these to use in our eggs. And see, English thyme, it's very tiny, very little leaves, and that's okay. I'm going to collect just a little bit more. And I'd like you to get a close-up of this plant over here. Here's the second one. And it was just a little thing when I planted it. I got it from Lurgan Greenhouse. Some of you have seen my video on that. And it's gotten very thick stem, very strong. And it is a cold hardy herb. I don't know if I need to put a protection around it for the really hard cold of the winter. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And we're going to go in the house and get some more things to put in our eggs. Okay, so we're in the house now. And we're going to come down here to the basil. It has been bushing out a little bit, which is great. I think I'm going to take this older leaf and maybe one other. And I'm going to pot these up pretty soon, just maybe later. And I'm going to come over here. And here are the garlic scallions. I'm going to cut one of them. And I'm going to come over here and cut one of the regular scallions. Then, this is something that I forgot to do the other night when I did the video on the salad. I really meant to do this. Our two cute little peppers are ripe enough. So we're picking them off and we'll put those in the eggs too. Now this plant, if you can see this, this is the one that I had taken all the leaves off of when I dug it out of the ground. And I'm trying the experiment of growing it in the house over the winter. And I'm going to take this branch off to make the plant a little bit more even all around. Okay, this one over here, Not quite sure. I haven't decided what to do yet, but I think this method is better because when you take the leaves off, you take away any opportunity for insects that are on your leaves. Now, I haven't seen any with this. I did spray it real well with the hose before I brought it in the house, but we'll see what continues to happen. I'm encouraged that these leaves are leafing out and the plant itself is very thick and sturdy. So anyway, that got a little bit sidetracked. We're gonna go in the kitchen now and move on with our eggs. Okay, so we're in the kitchen. I have my trusty pan. Hopefully it's getting hot. Now a little bit about fats. Olive oil, butter, especially grass-fed butter, are two of the only good fats now. Maybe they always were, but there's new information that's come out on seed oils, and it has me really frustrated. We'll talk about that another time. So anyway, putting a little bit of butter in the olive oil. Oh, that's nice. And I'm gonna take the peppers. Oh, that's beautiful. Peppers from the garden in December. If I hadn't pulled those plants out, those little peppers, which were green when I pulled the plants out, dug the plants out, would have frozen kaput because all the other plants did. So anyway, so letting this cook just a little bit. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna put in next. What is that? The purpley one? Rosemary. That's the rosemary. I figure that's chunkier than most of the other herbs. That's going to cook down nice and quickly. And maybe, let's see, sage. Sage and oregano. I'll put those in next. I like to put the things that cook, take the longest to cook in first, and then I gradually add the other things. Now, one thing that's going to be missing in here is salt, because I don't see the need for it. Now, there is a tiny bit of salt in the butter, but I don't think that's going to make a whole lot of difference. Okay, I think I'm putting the parsley, and in here we have the thyme and the basil. And we have the scallions and the garlic scallion. Let's stir them a little teeny bit here and get them going. Oh my goodness, that got the aromas going. Oh my goodness. This dish is going to be mostly herbs with some eggs. So anyway, putting them in there. Then we'll put a little bit of basil and English thyme. Get that off the spatula. Turn that up just a tad. Oh boy. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Can you smell that, dear? It's so good. So while you're doing this, just think about all the vitamin A. Think of all the whatever, all the good things in these herbs that are going into a dish that people used to think was unhealthy. Now, the eggs that we're using are from the family farm up the street, literally 2 minutes from our house. We did raise some egg chickens when we first got here, and then we found that our neighbors grew them, raised them, and we were always heading out to go visit our kids or do something, and so we decided we would rather put a little bit of money in their pockets to help them stay in business. They raise them organically, when they can, in the summer, spring, fall, they're always out on pasture in movable pens. A little bit different from the ones that we have, because they have 100 chickens, not just like 10, 20, 30 like we did. So, oops, I shouldn't have the spatula that close. Now I have to get a different spatula. Anyway, yes, don't eat raw eggs, don't eat raw meat, don't eat anything without washing it. All the herbs I did wash before we turned the camera on. Okay, so put the eggs in there, and this is where my husband is going to have to tell me at what point to stop cooking them, because I always overcook meat and eggs. I'm not too good at judging when they're done. I always tend to overcook. I'll turn it up just a tad more.
No.
No? Don't turn it up more? Okay.
No, turn it down.
Turn it down? All right.
Let it cook longer.
Oh, okay. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Sometimes we add cheese. Today we're not adding cheese. This is just wonderful. I think I used the one spatula to cook with, because the other one I can grab a new one to serve with. Okay, I think I'll just make them scrambled. Sometimes we do it scrambled, sometimes we do it. Oh, a really good recipe, it's not really a recipe. All you do is you cook up some garlic and onions and eggs, and then you throw in a whole bunch of sharp cheddar cheese. Oh my goodness, that is so good.
Now take it off the heat.
Take it off the heat now?
Mm-hmm.
Is it done
The
enough?
pan is hot enough, and it will continue to cook.
Okay. So I'll take that off the heat. Right. He says. Okay. Turn it over again. So you say this is about done. Stir them. This is a new spatula. I'm not using one that has touched the uncooked eggs. This is pretty. This is Christmassy. It's December. We have our reds and our greens. And the goldenness of the eggs just cheers things up. And we're gonna do a taste test here. We've gotta do a taste test. Let's hope we don't burn ourselves. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, it smells so good. Mmm. That is good. Would you like to try it? Here.
I'm going to eat some.
He's going to eat some. We're going to eat this up. So this is a wonderful, wonderful dish. Just find any of the herbs that you've been growing on your windowsill or wherever else. Throw them in a pan, cook them with eggs. You have something that's very nutritious and tastes really good. So this is food all you never wanted to know. Take care.